So happy to be here with you guys tonight. Very, very exciting times in this business. We could not be more excited to be here with you guys today. As Kyle and I, again, if you missed the first one, or it never hurts to hear it a couple times, we're going to break down and simplify for you guys this powerful enhanced compensation plan. Every time I talk about this compensation plan, you guys, I get so excited about talking about it. All the people that's in the business with me, I've been having individual calls, people that I'm talking about bringing in the business, talking about all the enhancements. And every time I talk about these enhancements, people are like, what? That sounds crazy. And let me tell you this. After going through this plan with Kyle and I, and let me tell you, Kyle is a whiz kid when it comes to compensation plans. I've learned a lot about him, a lot with him about compensation plans because he just has a way of breaking it down in very, very simple terms. And working with him was really good because we went through this with a fine tooth comb. And after we went through this and broke this down, both of us were just so excited and fired up about what this plan is going to do for us, for our team, for people that are going to come on, how it's going to benefit, all the new people coming in. And Kyle's going to talk about tonight the binary portion of it. And when we went through this with the company, what we found out is that only 7% of all current market partners in the company are actually making any money in the binary. And so that's why they made a big change to this compensation plan, or a big tweak and a big enhancement to this compensation plan, because they want to make sure that people that are coming in are making money fast and the people that are working the business are making a lot of money. And it's not just a tweak, you guys. They didn't just tweak this thing a little bit. This is a major, major upgrade, a strategic enhancement, and it's designed to reward those of us in the field right now and down the road. And what I mean by down the road is, whenever you build a business, you want to build a legacy, right? My mentor always told me all businesses are built to sell. They're not built to keep. And this business is one of those things that goes against what he said. This business is something that can become a legacy that can pay you and your kids and your kids' kids down the road for a long time to come. And this comp plan is actually going to make that come true. You see, most companies only change their comp plans, you guys, when things are going in the wrong direction. We've been a part of a company that did that. And we all started seeing changes in our comp, and we had no idea why. And they weren't telling us why. They weren't transparent about it. And we knew they were doing it because sales were down and the momentum in the company had stalled. And we knew something was up, but we couldn't get straight answers. And when that happens, what we always know is the field is going to pay the price because we're the first ones that they need to pull from because they need to get revenue into the company to survive. Like I said, we've seen it firsthand. We've lived it. I've lived it. I've lived it in insurance. I've lived it in real estate. I've lived it in the mortgage business. And I've lived it in the direct sales business a couple times. And every single time the comp plan changed, it was always a takeaway. They were always taking something out of the comp plan. They were taking commissions down. They were taking something out, a reduction. And the subtle message always to us said, we're cutting from the field because we don't know where else to pull it from. Now, LifeWave pays 60% of the revenue in commissions. Most direct sales companies pay anywhere from 38 to 42%. Nothing is changing there. LifeWave is still going to pay 60%, but they're going to pay the people that are performing. But what LifeWave is doing right now is the exact opposite. They're enhancing the comp plan during momentum. We're 2 years in a row, fastest growing company in the world. And they're doing this in momentum at a time when we're growing faster than the company's ever grown in 20 years. That alone should tell everyone on this call the mindset of the leadership team in this company. When we went to Utah, Kyle and I just kept looking at each other and like, this is crazy. Like, I would pension ourselves. Is this a dream? This opportunity that's on the table for all of us is amazing. And I'm going to tell you this. This is what I walked away from Utah thinking. They just gave me a blank lottery ticket and said, write what the number is that you want on that lottery ticket, and it's yours. So who's going to go after that money? Because we used to have 4 ways to earn. Now we have 9. We have 9 powerful, flexible, strategic ways to earn and grow within this business. Now, here's what I want to challenge you guys with. Your mindset towards it. Whenever there's change, humans don't like change. And every time there's change, this is what I see happen. The same pattern plays out. People are going to resist it. They're going to fight it. They're going to waste 3, 6, even 9 months complaining about things, how things used to be. You guys have all heard about Who Moved My Cheese or read the book Who Moved My Cheese? Well, they're so busy staring at the old cheese that they have and getting lazy, they miss the feast that's been laid out in front of us, that blank lottery ticket. But that's not us, you guys. We're not like most people. This company is not like any other company in the world. We don't have a Me Too product. We have a device that's changing people's lives. We have a compensation plan now that's going to change people's lives. So the analogy I want to share with you guys, I want you to think about this a little different, right? Analogies, stories are make people think about what their brain is doing. So when you buy a new board game or you buy a new video game in modern day, right? Not many people buy board games today. But a new video game, the first thing you do is what? You read the rules. You figure out how to play the game. Then you study the objective of the game. How do I beat the person I'm playing or the person online? And then you figure out how to win. You put a strategy together. In each game you play, you get better. And that's exactly how you need to approach this enhanced plan. We don't need to ask why do they change it? What you have to ask is how do I win with what's here now? And that's exactly what we're going to help you do. Today, we're going to show you where the money is. Then over the next few months, we're going to give you the strategies, the psychology, and the execution plan so you guys can win fast and build a legacy that your family will feel for generations. Guys, this is not just a compensation plan. This now is a legacy plan. When I meet with people, that's what I tell them. They're like, what's the compensation plan look like? I mean, and I say, you mean the legacy plan? Because a comp plan is something that pays you here and now. Legacy plan is something you build for later. It's going to pay you a lot now, but the legacy is going to be amazing and it's going to be better than anywhere else that you're going to find. So if you're ready to stop watching and start winning, if you're ready to learn how to maximize this opportunity, and if you're ready to move forward with momentum, let's get started. So if you guys haven't seen Kyle go through the comp plan, he is a master of simplification. He is a magician at breaking this down. Kyle is my upline. He's the one that told me about how amazing this company is. That's why we're all here. We're all here on this call because of Kyle. Kyle brought in Kendall. I guess Sarah and Devin brought in Kyle. So really, Sarah and Devin are the reason. And then Kyle brought us in and all of us came in. But he saw the comp plan and he was like, this is amazing. I remember the phone call. He called me up. He's like, dude, this comp plan is crazy. You're not gonna believe this. Like I could he talked really, really fast. I was like, dude, slow down. So I've learned so much from him in this industry and so thankful to have Kyle in my life. So Kyle, I want you to be the David Copperfield of comp tonight and go ahead and show them your magic and how this amazing comp plan we have been blessed with from David and Meredith and all the team that roll this out. And again, I know a lot of people are scared of change, but I will tell you, this change is not a change, it's an enhancement.
That's right.
So go ahead, Kyle.
That's right, Jay. I appreciate you, man. Jay's the most fun guy ever to work with, and man, a great mentor of mine. So thank you, man. God's so good. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that we get to do business together after wanting to do business together for so long and finding ourselves in LifeWave together, Jay. It's a blast. So man, I appreciate you. Love you and Jimena so much. Hey, one thing based on what you said, this is so cool. All right. So Jay made a point and he said in the binary today, 7% of the population here inside of LifeWave is actually cycling and getting paid, and that's not good. Well, they ran the models on the new comp plan that we're about to show you, and 65% more people are earning checks now. 65% increase in how many people are actually getting paid. Guys, Jay's right, it's an enhancement. So it's a huge deal. Man, I'm pumped about this thing. This is a legacy plan. It's a little hard, I'm gonna be honest, to grasp the first time you view it. And I just want to tell you that's a good thing because that doesn't mean that it's just, oh, you get paid on two levels and that's it. You get 10% here and 10% here and that's it. There wouldn't be any opportunity like that. Here, there's opportunity. LifeWave doubled down on direct sales and they created a comp plan, as Jay just said, that is built for legacy status. And so I'm pumped about it. Let's get right into it. Let's pop up those slides. and let's go over it. And we're going to keep this simple tonight, okay? First thing we're going to talk about are the ranks and the titles. Now, here's, in my opinion, one of the greatest enhancements that I'm going to say from the very beginning. Listen to this. There is no structure. There is no structure requirement. In our comp plan prior to this, it was you got to have a couple people on your left and your right, and they got to be at core, and then you hit manager, and you got to have a few managers on each side to hit director. None of that's there. This comp plan is now designed to where you don't have to wait on anybody, and no one's rank determines your rank. Jay, you and I haven't talked in depth about this, but we've looked at a lot of comp plans together. Have you ever seen a comp plan that had no structure attached to it? Because I haven't.
No,
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 it's like
sir.
it's like
I mean,
non-existent, right?
even when they told us, we were like, I don't understand. What do
I
you mean?
know. We're like, wait, how many active lines do we have to have on each side? And they're like, no, you don't understand. None, using volume. We're like, oh my gosh. Okay. So there's no structure. That is incredible. Let's go with that. Okay, so this is a volume-based comp plan. And as you see over there on your ranked titles, here's what they did. They took our current 6 ranks and they turned it into 12. Now, the thing that's cool about this is I think most humans are wired to achieve what's right in front of them and what's next. And so to have incremental steps to be able to achieve is actually it's really motivating and it's really satisfying when you hit those ranks and as you start climbing through. So I love that we now have 1, 2, 3 star manager, 1, 2, 3 star director, executive and presidential, and so on. And you can see the volume requirements right there for them. So let me stay here for just a minute. I want to explain the simplicity of this. If you want to be a 1 star manager, okay, let's say that you came in, or I'm going to base this example as off the advanced pack because the advanced pack seems to be a pack that most people are getting. So if you get the advanced pack, you have 300 in personal volume. If you bring one person on your left and one person on your right, that's another 300, 300, which is 600, plus your 300, that's 900 in volume. Guys, you just sponsored 2 people into the business, your mom and your brother, and you are a 1 star manager. Congratulations, you just hit the first rank. 2 people. You want to be a 2 star manager? Do that one more time. Sign your best friend up and sign your cousin up. You have 2 people on each side that all came in at advanced, and you're a 2 star manager. It's that simple. It's all down to volume. And that is literally how simple it is to go through these ranks. That's your ranks. We could go through them all, but we're going to stop there. Now we're going to go into the ways that you get paid. Now, what you need to understand about this first way in customer premiums is we've always had customer premiums, but there's a whole lot of new money attached to it that we've never had, ever. Used to, we made 20% and a lot of times less. Now we make a minimum of 20%, up to 40% commission on every single customer that you bring into the business. Y'all, this is like one of the most generous and loaded customer acquisition programs that I've personally seen in a comp plan. I can say that. Jay, I know you're muted, but I go ahead.
Yeah, one of the biggest advantages of this enhancement, what I saw right away, and honestly, it's something that positions us incredibly well in the marketplace. First off, the FTC loves this. Why? Because this model allows us to build a stronger customer base. And when your comp plan is built around real product movement to real people, it puts you in a position of strength and compliance. That's a big deal if you understand how long-term companies will stay bulletproof, right? The FTC is always going after companies that have, not doing the right thing. And the fact that the company did this, it rewards people that are going after customers. Second, we can go after everyone now. Think about this. Doctors who don't want to build an organization or manage a team, right? They just want to offer the product to their customers and they don't want to build an organization or try to get their customers to be a brand partner. No problem. They can now offer simply just to the patients, people they already serve and trust them, and they can make a substantial amount of income by improving their patients' lives. Chiropractors, naturopaths, veterinarians, they all have access to ready-made communities that need this product, you guys. And now they can plug in without ever worrying about downlines or training reps. Like they could just offer the product in their office and they can create another stream of income. Influencers. This is a game changer, you guys. A lot of influencers, they don't want to build an organization. They don't want to do training. They could just post a link and talk about the patch, and now they can create a stream of income. They can now post that link, share their authentic experience, testimonial, and get compensated without needing to build or manage a team. Of course, what's going to happen? Some are going to come in, they're going to see the money they're making as a customer, and then eventually they're going to want to. But this is a perfect low friction way to get them started, to let them feel the impact and what this movement's going to do, and then they can catch the bigger vision later. And here's the coolest part. You can now make double off your customers. I mean, the company said, you know what? We're paying you 20%. We're going to give you the opportunity to make 40%. That's just crazy. Whether someone wants to build, refer, or just use and share, it all counts. It all pays you guys. And it all adds up to a plan that's more flexible, way more lucrative, and more aligned with where business is going today. So, I mean, I just can't. I mean, when I saw this, like you're doubling commissions on customer premiums. That's. I mean, that was the first thing. I'm like, okay, what else are you going to do? It can't be much more. But Cal, share with them what else they're doing.
Yeah, Jay, well said. You would think there couldn't be much more. Seriously, guys, because this is so significant. To make 40% off all of the product that you sell is unreal. So that's number one. That's new money number one. Okay, now let's talk just standard number two. Number two is product introductory bonuses, product introduction bonuses. We call them PIBs. These are when you enroll somebody, you make an upfront bonus, a one-time upfront bonus. I mentioned, how do you get to manager? Come in advance, sponsor two people in advance. Well, you can see if you were to do that, you would have $75 each and $150 for sponsoring two. So this is the same. Nothing's changed here with the exception of down the road in the next few months, they're going to add an advanced plus, as you can see there, because they felt like it was a big jump from 535 to 1750 with advanced and premium, which it is. And so there needs to be a middle ground there of about $1,000, which is huge. This all stays the same. This is great. We love this. Let's go to the next. The next is some more new money. Okay. The third way, business launch bonus. This is new. Okay. Now check this out. I want to back you up a little bit. What did I say for one star manager? You just need to sponsor one person on each side, like one person, and you're a one star manager. Well, on top of getting your PIB that we just showed you, and on top of the binary, which we're going to show you in a minute, now you're going to get a business launch bonus. So when you hit the rank of one star manager, you're going to make $25. And every single week that you maintain the volume requirement for one star manager, because we're only volume based now, right? You're going to make $25 every single week, up to 9 weeks in the business. Okay, total. You hit two-star manager. Again, you sponsor two people on each side. You hit and maintain two-star manager every week for 9 weeks. You make $50 a week for a total of $450. Now, what's crazy about this stat, Jay, is that most people in America today, Dave Ramsey puts out these stats all the time, and the average person that files for bankruptcy is still $500 a month short of not filing for bankruptcy. Like it's not little money. It's significant money to think people can make $500 to $1,000 month one just by doing what I just said. That's a lot of money for people today, right? Now you can enhance that greatly. Now here's what's really cool for those of us that are building. For those of us that are building and you're bringing people on consistently and you're helping them hit the first two ranks in the business very quickly, there's an enrolling brand partner matching bonus. Okay. So that means if I'm the enroller, if I sponsor somebody into the business, whenever they're getting these bonuses for hitting one star and two star for the first 9 weeks, I'm getting 50% of it. Doesn't seem like a lot, but my gosh, you start sponsoring 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 40 people over the next, whatever it is, 6 months, and you help all of them get the first two ranks in this business, which is the easiest thing I've ever seen. You're making yourself, as you can see here, up to $25 a week for 9 weeks per person, $225 per person extra off everything else. So that's new money number three. Okay, let's talk new money number four. Now, this right here, just this alone, which they're calling level earning bonus, I've seen compensation plans in our business that look just like this. That's all. Like, this is the whole comp plan. All right, here's your three levels. Like I talked, this is how you get paid. This is another enhancement. Here's what they said. They said, "Hey, we want to reward you again as you're building the business." What did I say at the beginning? 65% of people are going to be getting paid that are not getting paid currently when this is implemented. This is some of the ways how the business launch, and now the level earnings. because every single week you're going to start earning commission on your level one, your level two, and your level three brand partners and their total BV. Now, I can tell you that 753 after you hit three-star director, you're like, okay, that's cool. Is that a lot? There's somebody on this call that made multi seven figures with those numbers in a prior company. He's already spoken tonight. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. You can do a lot of income on 753 just in the level earning bonuses. And the coolest thing about this that they did not have to do, again, you're seeing the heart of LifeWave, is they threw in compression. Jay, do you want to talk about compression?
Compression, which was another, we looked down at each other and be like,
Yeah.
and I got up from my desk and I was like, went to ask one of the executives, I was like, can you clarify this for me? Because the way I see it on the slide, am I understanding this correctly? Because this cannot be true. And compression means right now on our matching bonus, we get paid three generations. Okay. And so let's just say, for example, your second generation and your third generation is doing nothing. Well, you just don't make any money off those people. And let's say your fourth and fifth generation is doing something. Well, you don't make any money off your fourth and fifth generation. Well, what compression is going to do in this, and we'll talk about it in another one in a minute, I'll talk about it. It's going to go through your organization and search where people have volume. And if there's people in your organization that have volume, it's going to go to that level. So you could literally go down six levels and no one's doing anything. And then your seventh level, someone's doing something, the company's going to roll that up and pay you that on your second generation. And it's going to do that through your entire organization. So when we talk about it being a legacy plan, if somebody stops doing the business in your organization or they, die or go away or whatever, it doesn't matter. All your organization now is going to roll up.
Yep.
And now you're going to get paid on everybody that's doing something in your organization. This is huge, you guys. This is massive. Again, I just don't understand. Like, I know the reason why they want to do it, guys. The reason they want to do it is they want you to reach down in your organization and work with everyone because you never know that person on your six or seven could eventually be your number two. So if you go down in your entire organization, you're working with everyone, and someone falls out, you're going to be able to win. And also, guess what? That person that's on that generation down there, you're now level two and three are making money. So they're going to stay in the business because they have a legacy. Because now they have four, five, six below them. That's their one, two, three. So that's what you guys have. And also their seven, eight, nine could roll up. So this is really big, really, really big, you guys, that they did this. And this is not the only place they did it.
And they didn't have to. That's the thing. Like
No.
we keep telling you guys, like the heart is truly for us from David Schmidt and Meredith, the owner and the president of this company. They continue to prove it over and over. They don't have to do this, guys. Companies don't do this. Okay, now let's talk about let's go one slide over and let's talk about what we all got so excited about when we first joined, which was the binary, right? Because the beautiful thing is we get to build this thing together. We get to benefit from everyone's effort, and we only build a left team and a right team, and that's it. You don't have to sponsor 800 people and have 800 lines. Nope, you got left leg, right leg, and that's it. They kept it. We know that this is the beautiful thing. Like the beautiful binary is still here. They made it more simple though. I love this. Currently, we talk 330, 660. That's a cycle. That's $50. You're doing math and you're not really, it's like, what's happening here? How about this? Can we just get paid a percentage? We wanted this simplified. Our leaders did that helped design this, and they listened. They simplified this. Now you are just getting a percentage, okay, of your lesser leg. That's it. So as you can see here, it's pretty simple. Hit three-star manager, you start getting paid in the binary. You can earn up to $1,500 a week as a three-star manager. And then as you can see, as you start to go down, it goes to 7%, 9, and then 10 all the way once you've hit three-star director all the way to the very top. And the same thing applies here that we've always talked about. You can earn up to $25,000 a week on just the binary. Everything else we've been talking about is new money. This is just the binary, the standard that kept us up at night because it's so great when we first got started, and it's still here.
And this is the other cool thing, Kyle, that we didn't talk about on the last call. In the old binary, you had to have double on the other leg to actually make a bonus. So this one, they could just be even. So you don't have to have double the volume on one leg to be able to cycle or be able to get a binary bonus on the other one. So if you have a thousand and a thousand, it doesn't have to be 2,000 and 1,000 to cycle out. It can be 1,000 and 1,000, and you're making 5% on that 1,000 or 10% on that 1,000, whatever level you're at. So that's another gift that they gave us because before you had to have basically three times the volume to get a binary bonus because you had to have one on one leg and two times on the other. This one is just even. You can balance your legs out and you can make money faster inside the binary.
Dude, there are so many cool features that we forget about some of the biggest ones, like that one. I'm so glad you point that out. That's huge. That's huge. Because right now you have people that are doing like, 20,000 a week in volume on their left and their right leg, but they're only getting paid on 10,000 because it has to be a 2-to-1 ratio. Well, here,
Yep.
nope, you're getting paid on all of it. They took that part away. So now it's gone. Jay, I'm so glad you pointed that out. So crazy. Now let's go. Okay. I know this is insane what I'm about to say, but this is the biggest part. Like everything else is amazing. This is the biggest part. This is where the legacy comes in. And Jay, I really want you to speak to this, but at a high level, here's what I want you to understand. Currently, today, we get paid 3 generations, as y'all know, and that's it. We get first, second, third, and that's it. As you can see here, they doubled down on us building a long-term sustainable business with leaders that are making good money to pay us 6 generations deep. Not just that, they upped all of our percentages because currently we get paid, what do we get paid? 25, 20, 20, right? Well, you can add these percentages here and you can see that it's substantially more than that. So now we get paid to 6 generations. And Jay, I'm just going to let you go ahead and speak on how significant this is with compression and how much you get paid per person.
Yeah, so right now, like you said, if you're same as the unit level that we just showed you, the this you get paid 6 generations. Now it's three. But right now, again, if you have a dead leg two or three, you have a dead leg two, then you just get paid on one and three. This one, it compresses. So it goes all the way through your organization and it will pay you down to 6 levels. The other cool thing is right now, generation one, the max you can make is 6,250. Generation two, the max you can make is 5,000. Generation three, the max you can make is 5,000. Now in this comp plan, you can make $20,000 per brand partner per week with this comp plan. So it's a massive, massive difference in what you can make. You can only you max out at 6,250, you're done. But with the unilevel and this combined, you can make up to $20,000 per brand partner per week inside of the compensation plan, which is just massive. And I gotta say, I see a comment in the chat, and I just want to address it real quick. It says, "With all respect, it's not a gift; it's a retribution we get for doing the job." The company gets to decide how they pay us, you guys. It is a gift. I mean, before they were paying us 4 ways, now they're paying us 9 ways. It's all how we look at things. They don't have to make this change, but what they want to make sure is that everyone that's coming into this business can make money, and everyone coming into this business understand it's a legacy. So it's not our company. When they make a change, it's a gift because they could have just left it the same and then 7% of the company is making a binary, but now 65% of the people are going to make a binary. And that's a gift that they made that change. They could have just done, most companies just do what they've always done and they get what they always got. And so this company is doing something different so that it can benefit the field. So I wanted to address that really quickly because I understand, different mindsets, but I'm telling you, this is a gift from a company that's going to be here for another 40 years, and they truly believe in their field and they want to give back. 60% commission to the field, you guys, is extraordinary.
Yeah. It's crazy. And Jay, also these are big numbers. We talk about 25,000 a week in the binary. We talk about 20,000 I mean, you're talking about multi 10, 5 figures, if 6 figures even a week. I just tell everybody on this call, all that means, all that means if you can't like envision actually making, call it 25, 30, $40,000 a week, think of how much more simple they've made it to make 2 or 3 or 4,000 a week. Like, are you with me? And if you still can't even like, I can't get to 2, 3, 4,000 a week, think how much more simple they just made it to make 2 or 3 or $400 a week. That's what they did. So yeah, we show you the maximum, but let's bring it back down to what anyone individual mind can fathom, and it's just that much more simple. So I just wanted to say that. Okay, let's go to the last one. The last one is, and this is so cool. Again, I'm going to say it again here, Jay, because this is a gift. I didn't have to do this. I mean, who does this? So this is a breakthrough incentive. So now when you rank advanced and hit these new ranks, you're going to earn bonuses. And how it's set up is actually really cool. It's set up to where you can see the total amount there. You make 500 at 1-star director, up to $100,000 for hitting 3-star presidential. Part one means you're going to make half of it the week that you hit that rank. And then you're going to make part two after you've hit that rank successfully another 4 times. over the course of 52 weeks, a year. Like really simple, right? But it's cool because I don't want you to just jump up and hit it one time and then like not ever hit it again. They want you to be consistent whenever you start hitting it. This here, this is kind of wild that they did that. I didn't expect this at all.
Yeah, this is another ad,
Yeah.
another big thing that they added to the comp plan. Plus, I don't know if you guys watched the call on Saturday. But they're also, when you hit the top rank of the company, giving out a his and her Rolex blue face, same color as the company logo for a his and her Rolex watch, which is, I mean, crazy. Just another gift on top of, hitting the top of the company. So, I mean, the enhancements are insane. That's why we call them enhancements. That's why the company called them enhancements. And I would tell you guys, Kyle and I went to Utah, very pessimistic. We were very pessimistic about this. We were like, yeah, enhancements. I'm sure it's an enhancement. I'm real sure it's an enhancement, right? And we got there, we walked away saying, this is a really big enhancement. Like, this is amazing. Like, it really is, you guys. I mean, I'm just, I just can't believe it. I'm baffled by it every single day when I talk about it. I'm telling you, everyone I talk to about it is like, I've never seen anything like this. People in the field, people that have been in this business, they're blown away. It's a lot easier to recruit people from people that are doing the business, and you start talking about this comp plan. They think at first there's no way. And I'm like, listen, I'll send you the company document in writing. Like I created this, but let me send you something from corporate that is in corporate on corporate letterhead that shows this comp plan. So,
No, you're right, man.
yeah.
Here's what's cool. You're saying it, but just one last time. This comp plan does two things. And these are the only two things that you really need to care about when you're building this business. Number one, it allows you to recruit people that are big leaders in the business or want to create substantial money. I'm talking multi six, multi seven, even eight figure type money. This comp plan will provide that no other comp plan will do. Number two, and more importantly, in my opinion, for the average, all of us average people, right? Is it allows you to bring people into this business and help them make that $500 to $1,000 a month more simply than has ever been done before, right? And so the change that you can see in people and 80% of maybe your team that isn't after 20,000 a week, but they are after 400 a week, like now we can like tangibly go get that, right? And go help people and take off a mortgage payment, take off car payments and groceries or childcare or whatever it is, and do that for the masses, which is just the biggest blessing of this business, in my opinion. So,
So Kyle, just to give it a 3 second break just for video recordings, and then we'll go to the next thing, and then we'll get to Q&A. We're going to answer all your questions, you guys, in just 1 second.
and Jay, real quick before we go to Q&A, guys, you need to, okay, let me tell you a story that I've already told twice today, but I got to tell you again because it's relevant here. When our troops were fighting in Vietnam, we're all familiar with the Vietnam War. When our troops were over there, our government estimated that over 60% of our troops were addicted to opioids. Like addicted, not taking or not using, addicted. They were terrified that when we brought our troops back, that they were all going to fall into that pattern. It was going to cause massive, obviously, havoc for their families. And so they were trying to put all these programs together so when they came over they could be clean or get out of this addiction that they had. When they came over, when our troops finally came home, only 5% ever used the drug again. One time. Here's what they found. Here's what they concluded, which is just a fact of life. Environment trumps everything. Trumps everything, man. Hey, you're trying to be a better spouse, but you hang out with all of your friends and they just bash their spouse and no one really cares for them and they tell you even bash your spouse and you make jokes. You're trying to get healthy, but all of your friends, none of them work out, none of them train, none of them eat right. They're all kind of lazy and they environment trumps everything. You'll never have success in that environment. Why do I say that? Because once again, you need to understand the significance of getting around some of the best people that I've ever met in my life, like Jay and his wife Amina, and Carlos and Rochelle, and Sarah and Devin, and Tyler and Kendall, and all of these leaders that are going to be in Nashville in September to specifically go through all of this comp plan and strategically show you how to maximize it and answer all the questions and then put on a massively just amazing event like you guys that have been know that we do and send everybody off into the fourth corner changing literally changing their lives in the next 3 months coming out of that event. And so I just want to encourage you again, you cannot register for Nashville in the month of July. You only have 12 days left. In June it closes. I want to see everybody in Nashville.
Yeah, and you guys, what he's saying is, I want you guys to get something clear of this. This is not just a getaway. This is going to be a breakthrough weekend built around one mission. After when this comp plan came out, this is when we scheduled this event. We were like, you know what? We need to help people master and maximize this new compensation plan so that everyone can grow faster, so every single person can earn more, and every single person can lead with more clarity in their business. So we're going to go deep. We're going to go deep on the comp plan execution and maximization, how you could set up things in your organization and with your team to do that. Organizational structure, make sure that you're balancing your organization, new rank acceleration, how you can accelerate that rank and how you can get there faster. We're going to have strategic plans for you guys to do that. We're going to have leadership duplication, how you can duplicate leaders in your team so it's not all on you. And most importantly, how to turn this plan into serious momentum in your business, right? In September, we have October, November, December. Those are the holiday months. Those are the biggest months in this business that you can go in. And we're going to give you a plan in September to walk out in the next 3 months, be able to create a great Christmas and a great holiday for your family. And the best part of this, you guys, is only $825. Now, the $825 includes your hotel for 3 nights, all your meals, and the entire experience. And I want you guys to know this. This is not any money coming into our pocket. We can show you all the invoices on this. This is just cost on this. It's about 170 bucks a night for your hotel in a really, really nice hotel. We could negotiated a really good rate in a really nice hotel in downtown Dallas. I mean, Nashville. So we're keeping it intimate. It's going to be high impact, and it's designed for those who are serious about leveling up. Just like Kyle said, I mean, when you surround yourself with the right people, I promise you, you're going to level up. And this is our goal. The five couples goal that we talked about with this event. Yeah, it's $825. But if we could turn that $825 into 8,000 or 80,000 or $800,000, that's what's going to happen. That's the whole point of this. You have to invest in yourself sometimes, you guys. You have to. If you're going to go the next step, you got to invest in yourself. The reason we're spending the time to do this is because we want to help you. We had an event in Destin last year. It was amazing. And this is your chance to lock in time with top leaders. Listen, we don't sleep very much. From sun up to sundown, we are with people. We are with you. We're doing things with you. We're having conversations about the business. We're going to have high level training, and you're going to walk away with an exact plan to take your business to the next level. So Lola, if you would drop the info in the chat right now before we go to Q&A, don't wait, you guys. At June 30th, midnight, we can't register any more people. So spots are going to be limited, and once they're gone, you guys. And I really would love to see all of you guys there. I love Destin. One of the things I said the last night is I walked away from Destin and I thought that I was going to be pouring into so many people, and so many people poured into me. It was just a reverse thing that happened. And I had the best moment of my life being at that event with all of the people that were there and all of the team that was there. It was just absolutely amazing. I hope that I get to see you guys there. I hope that you guys want to invest in yourself. And if you're already coming, awesome. I can't wait to see you there because this is the deal. It's always such an honor to spend time with people who are leaning in, who want to grow and are showing up to get better. That is my favorite people to surround myself with, not the people that got hooked on drugs, but the people that want to get better, that are investing in themselves. And you're going to see how much we're going to invest in you on this trip. I cannot wait for this trip. I can't wait to see all of you guys there. I hope you invest and we see you guys there. And now we're going to go to Q&A. We want to answer your questions. I know I saw a couple in here. First one I saw in the questions was about, oh, hold on. Let me pause because we're going to cut this back in. So we'll do a 3-second pause and then we'll go to Q&A. So one of the questions that I saw in here was, do we get $20 per sleeve commission? Yes, you still get that commission, but now you can make an additional 20% based on volume. So if you look at that sheet that we sent you out, you're going to get $20. That's 20%. And then you can make another 20% based on how much volume. And so you can make 5, 10, or 20 extra percent already on top of the 20% you're making for the sleeves. And if you guys want to raise your hand, you guys can talk on this call too. You guys can unmute yourself. We're happy to answer those questions. And Lola, Justin, if there's any questions that you guys see, Spanish, English, that we need to answer, that would be great. And there's a question here. This would only apply to new enrollers, also core and up, not kit starters. Yeah, kit starters, you get in the binary, but you're not able to make, any bonuses or commissions. You have to actually upgrade to core or advanced to actually start making commissions inside of the plan. But a kit, you can, if someone's like, I don't know if I want to do it, they can pay $25 to get in the binary where they're already in the system, but they really can't make any commissions or do anything. I'm right with that, right, Kyle? I just want to
Yeah,
make sure I'm saying that correctly.
100% correct. Mr. Chad got his hand raised.
Yeah, man. Hey, how y'all doing?
So
Great.
good.
Good. I love the comp plan, but I think I know my answer, but I just want to clarify it from the expert. Ready? Qualifying volumes, 750, 1500, 2500, et cetera, et cetera. Those are based on the 31-day rolling period, correct? Not weekly.
Correct.
That's what I thought. That's what I heard in the big meeting, but then they went very fast on that part. And I just wanted, because that could hang people up thinking, oh my God, I got to do 750 a week. I got to do 1500 a week, 2500 a week. And yes, as the organization expands out, no problem. But in the beginning building days, those numbers make it seem more attainable on a 31-day rolling schedule.
No,
Great
no.
question.
So great question, and yes, so attainable. That's why that business launch bonus of 25 or $50 that you get paid every week for 9 weeks is so doable. I
Yeah.
mean, it's so doable. It's a great question.
Cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Somebody asked real quick, and then we'll go there. They're just asking to repeat like 1 star manager, 2 star manager. All I was saying earlier was that yes, this is being recorded by the way. If you come in at the advanced product kit, your personal volume from that is 300. And if you were to sponsor 2 people as advanced, then that's also 300, right? So you have 300 times 3, that's 900 in volume total, and you need 750 to hit the first rank, okay, of 1 star manager. So that's all you would need. That's all I was saying. Yes, you would make $75 each off of their advanced product, initial product introductory bonus for 150. Then you would also hit 1 star manager. So that's $25 week one. That's going to continue every week as long as you maintain, right? And then obviously all the other money that we level earning bonuses, you're going to make your percentage off of that. So I don't know if that clarifies it. I hope so.
Well, but also customer volume counts as
Oh,
well.
yes. Yes, sir.
So if customers buy, product packs or buy multiple patches, that also goes to your volume. So it's not just brand partners. So if you enroll a bunch of customers, in a month, that'll also give you that volume and get you to 1 star manager. So the volume counts from customers and the core packages. With right now, the only way you can build structure is off of core and above. But now you can build your structure off of customers and brand partners. So if it's a doctor, he comes into the business and he's doing, $5,000, $6,000 of volume a month, he could be a 1 star director just off of volume and not having anybody on his team. So he could actually be making money off it in his business without having a team inside of it. So
That's exactly right. Brilliant. Mr. Hoffman?
Hi. Yes. Quick question on the transition period. How is it going to work? Is there going to be a transition period from the old plan to the new plan? How is it going to work?
Yes, sir, there is. It's going to be ultimately, from what we understand, a 36-week transition period, but there is going to be a transition period. That way, we have plenty of
yeah,
time.
it's based on ranks. So like based on your rank, manager, director, it's like a 12 week. If you're, I think, executive or sorry, I think it's 12 weeks for manager to senior director. I can look it up while you're answering some questions. And then I think it's from executive and presidential, it's 24, and then I think SPD is 36. It's just based on your rank, where you're at, how long your transition period is.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, I found that.
Let me see. I got it right here.
Consuelo?
That's a
That's
good question.
Sí, que en el plan ahora se
I'm
requiere
seeing that in the
cierta
current
cantidad de
plan, you
personas para
require a
llegar a
certain
los
amount
rangos.
of people to
Lo que
reach
no me
the
ha quedado,
ranks.
todavía no me
But
entra un
what
poquito
I
es
don't
cómo se llega a los rangos en
understand is
este
how do you
caso.
reach the ranks
¿Cuántas
in this
personas se
case?
necesita
How
para
many
llegar a los
people do
rangos
you
o
need to
volumen
reach the
se
ranks,
necesita?
or how
Por
much
ejemplo, yo estoy
volume? For
ahora de
example,
directora.
right now
Quiero,
I am at a
poder
director
calificar para el
rank.
siguiente
To be able to
rango, ¿qué se
qualify for the
requiere?
next rank,
¿Cuáles
what
son los
is the
requerimientos?
requirements for me?
Justin, do you want to pull up the sheet for Kyle? The first sheet?
yeah, and Jay, you might have to get that. I'm sorry. I don't know if I hit a wrong button, but that came through in only Spanish. And
Yeah, she's just wanting to know what the requirements are based on volume for, and Justin, did you share that? Are you with me? There we go. Go to the first sheet. So these are the requirements, the qualified downline volume, what Kyle was just talking about. So for a one-star manager, is 750. For a one-star director, it's $5,000 in volume. And so that's your qualified volume. So what you're getting from customers and what you're getting from your brand partners. So like you said, if you do an advanced pack, you're getting 300 of QDV. That's going to qualify. So that is like what Chad just asked. That's a monthly number. So that's a 31-day monthly number that you have that's rolling. So as long as you have that volume, you're going to stay at that rank. But you don't have to have anybody that's ranking up to manager or somebody ranking up to director for those to maintain those ranks. So it's all volume based.
Ok, perfecto.
Okay, perfect.
Gracias.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
yeah.
Anybody else? I'm just looking for the transition period. I don't see it on the sheet.
Yeah, I don't see it here either.
So on the transition period, I still have one question because obviously there's a transition period, but are they always going to pay whichever is greatest, whichever is the greatest commission, or how's that going to work?
Yes. So whatever, if you would have gotten paid more on the old comp or you get paid more on the new comp, they're going to pay you the greater of the two. So if you would make more money in the new comp, they're going to pay you that, which is a very fair. I mean, that's what a transition system is, right? It's just they just want to make sure you don't go backwards, you only go forward.
Excellent. That's expected. That's good.
I have a question.
Yeah. Okay,
Hi.
literally, there's no takeaways, you guys. Zero. Like there's not one negative thing about this comp plan. Go ahead, Shannon.
Okay, thanks. I have two questions. My first question is, if you sign up a brand partner because they want to be a brand partner, but they're never ever active, is it smarter for them to sign up as a preferred customer, period?
So what I would say to you is this, Shannon, if they're a brand partner already and they've already paid the fee to get in a brand partner, it's really smart for them to stay in the binary and they could continue to get the product because if they change their mind, now they're out of the binary. And so as you're building this business, they're going to lose out on all the people that you're bringing in under them because they signed up now. And as you build a business, let's say they get in a year, 2 years, like, you know what? I had a life change. I want to start this business. Now they're starting over and they don't have that volume in their organization. So I would always just say, I mean, they could still get it for the same price as a brand partner. So why not just keep them in as a brand partner because it doesn't hurt you anymore, right? If it
Mhm.
wasn't compressed, I would say yes, maybe talk them into being a customer because it would hurt you in the old way. But now if they're not doing anything, then it's not hurting you by them, buying, their monthly patches.
Okay, and I heard somewhere that when you're a manager, I don't know how this three-star thing works now, that you have to order two sleeves on an auto ship every month to continue to do something. I can't remember what it was, but is that the same as if you order a maintenance pack and it trickles down, or do you have to be on an auto ship and have two sleeves?
So you have to have 110 in PV. So it could be one X39, it could be a glutathione. That's going to get you to 110. You don't have to have two sleeves of X39. You just have to have 110 PV. You have to be an active brand partner, it's the same thing to keep your volume. You still need to have 55 PV to not lose your volume in the binary system when it cycles out. So if you could become inactive, you lose all your volume. So it's still the same thing. The only difference is when you become a one-star executive, you have to have 200 PV. But I mean, that's from you and customers, right? So, I mean,
Oh,
you're going to have that. If you're an executive, you have enough customers that are rebuying, that's maintaining your executive volume. And so that's not going to be an issue. That doesn't mean you have to spend personally $200. Also, even the 110, you can have customers that are contributing that. That doesn't need to be your volume. You just have to have 110 PV in order to stay active. It's just risky because if a customer doesn't buy, then you could have a lot of volume and just lose it, from your power leg. If your upline is building it or you're building it, you could lose all your volume if you become inactive.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah, good point. Carla, if someone's a brand partner and they're buying product, but they're not building the business, do you get their volume or do they get compressed? If they're ordering product and they have volume, so they're active, so you're going to make money on your level earnings bonus, but you're not, if they're not a director or above, then they're not a generation for you. So they will get completely compressed, and the director below them, if you have one, will come up and be that generation.
These are a lot of complex questions, you guys. It's good. It means you guys are understanding the comp plan. But the only thing that I would warn you on is just keep this thing simple when you're talking to people, because most people are never going to understand all of this stuff, even if you try to. That's why Kyle and I just want to keep it as simple as possible. 95% of the people in the business right now don't understand the four ways that they get paid. They don't understand the 330, 660 cycle bonus. They don't understand the generation. So, you know, the smartest thing you can do is just keep this simple. If you keep it simple and people are recruiting people bringing customers, they're going to be making a lot of money. And then they can understand that 6 months, a year down the road, once they're starting to make that money, they can understand where the money comes from. But just if you keep it simple, stupid, you're going to have a lot more luck with this and explaining this. So that's why we have that sheet that Lola sent out to you guys. Have this sheet when you're talking about it, keep it simple. We're going to send out a presentation as well. Kyle and I are going to work on that next on how we're going to talk about it within the opportunity, which is going to be really, really simple. We're going to talk about it for 3 to 5 minutes where people can make money, but we're not going to go into any detail when we're talking about this comp structure.
That's right. The binary starts at three-star manager, Liz, to answer your question, which makes sense because there's hardly anything to get a percentage off of until you have that much volume.
Jay, tengo una pregunta en español. Aquí Carol quiere
There's
saber
a
qué
question
pasa
in
con los
Spanish.
volúmenes
Carol wants to know what
acumulados que no
happens
hemos cyclado.
with the accrued volume that we didn't cycle.
You still cycle. You don't lose your volume. So the only difference is you don't have to have double the volume on one leg. So all the volume you still have, nothing happens when this comp change happens. You still keep all that volume, and then once you have the same volume on the other leg, you're going to get a percentage. So it doesn't matter if you got 5,000 on one and you have 2,500 on the other, you're going to get paid on the $2,500. 5%, 7%, 10%, whatever level you're at, you're going to get paid a percentage of that lesser leg volume. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to have double. If you have 2,000, 2,000, then both volumes are going to wash out because they're even. So both legs are going to start over the next week. So it doesn't matter. You're not going to lose your volume. Nothing changes, you guys. It's just you don't have a cycle now. You have a percentage.
That's right. We got lots of questions. I know we're still going to get them for weeks and months because Jay and I'm telling you, man, it took us a while to wrap our head around this thing, guys.
Yeah, we've been looking at this for a while.
And I'm sure you're
Guys,
still going to get stumped.
I have to go because I have another call.
I know I do too. I was about to tell you, I got to go, but
It's 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I got people waiting on me. Guys, thank you so much for getting on here. We're going to send this recording out. Sit down with your team and watch this call.
Yeah.
Sit down. We're going to send a recording out that just has comp. We're going to send out the call that has comp and questions all together. And then if you have questions, reach out to your upline and ask them the questions. Reach out in the chats and ask the questions, right? If we have most of the answers, if we don't have the answer, we will find the answer for you. Okay. That we have a lot of resources, a lot of leadership that we can talk to. But what I would do is not overanalyze it. I wouldn't overthink it. I would just look at the basics of the comp plan, understand what you got to do. I would sign up for Desk Income so we can put a strategy together so that we can take your business to the next level. This is what I want to end with, Kyle, and you can wrap it up. This is the best comp plan in the industry. I can guarantee you can chat GPT and see the other comp plans. It's put it side by side, and you're going to see that this is the best comp plan in the business.
Enough said, baby. That's it.
All right. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Thanks for spending time with us. Have a great night.